So in the last class, we spoke about A and V pattern, and hopefully you already understood that. In this video, in this class, we will be talking about storylines, and there are two types of storylines. We have the bullish storyline and the bearish storyline. Now, for a storyline to start, we have three qualities that you must look out for. The first quality that a storyline should have is that it should number one, with pairs. It's actually pairs. Number two is to reject. Number three is it should close above or below rejection area, right? You close above or below rejection area. These are the three qualities that you should look out for every time you are looking for a storyline. Now, I already said that when you come to the chart, the first thing you do is try to demarcate the start of the week, right? So you go to the weekly chart, then you put an horizontal line on the start of the week. So when the week starts, you do like this, and then you go straight to the 4-hour time frame. Now, what you're looking for on the 4-hour time frame is for a storyline to start. And how does a storyline start? A storyline starts by basically doing all of these three things on areas of V and A pattern rejection points. So it needs to pierce an area of V or A pattern, reject that area, and close above or below the area that we are talking about now. An example, first I will need to draw an example, on my screen before we go into the chart and actually start looking for these things. So this candle is a side by side. We have two candles open side by side, right? And one of the candles is, in this case, let's just use a bearish candle. So we're going to use black. This is not it. I'm trying to make the paint black. I don't know, it's not changing. I have no way. Let's just use a dark color, and then we use a light color for this one. So we have something like yellow, right? I wanted to use black, but it's not working. So two candles open side by side. The first one is a bearish candle. The second one is a bullish candle. So remember, we are dealing with the closing price of the first candle. This is the first candle, which is a bearish candle. And the closing price of the bearish candle would be what here. So it will be around this area. So when you draw it out in time, it will look like a V on the line chart. Obviously, this is just an example. Now, when you have an area like this, that's perfect, because the next thing you want to start doing is looking for any candle to the right of it to pierce it. And a piercing would mean that the candle traded inside of it. And how a piercing would generally look like is a candle would open here, enter to the level, and then reject that level, creating a wick. That's basically what a rejection is. So like I said, the first thing that we're looking for the candle to do is to actually pierce it. And when the candle pierces it, it's not just enough. It needs to reject it. Rejecting it creates a wick, right? Rejecting it creates a wick. And when the wick is done, the next area or the next thing you're trying to do is to allow for that candle to close. And all of this, we are doing this on the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, you're looking for first of all, you're looking for two different candles to close side by side. In this case, we're using a bearish candle and a bullish candle side by side. The closing price of the first candle is at this point. You draw it out in time. On the line chart, it will look like a V. So on a V pattern or shaped area, you're looking for another candle to pierce below that area, to trade below it, which is piercing it, to reject that area, and then close above that area. So this candle is going to be a 4-hour candle. So for this candle to form, it has to be 4 hours, right? So it takes 4 hours for the candle to pierce it, reject, and close. Now, once you see this, it's automatically said that this is now a bullish storyline started. Do you understand? And I hope you guys actually understand. So you have a bullish storyline started once you've had 3 of those things. Number 1, piercing. Number 2, rejection. Number 3, close above that area. Don't forget it. Don't forget these 3 criteria. Number 1, a piercing, which is the candle trading below that area. Number 2 is rejecting that area, and number 3 is closing above that area. Do you get it? Now, this is for a bullish storyline. The same is the case for a bearish storyline. I'm going to draw 2 candles, right? 2 different candles, open side by side. In this case, one of them is a bullish candle. We're going to change the line, the coloring, I mean. So let's just leave the coloring as this pink. I don't have any idea why. Okay. I don't know. This thing should be able to turn to black. Just change it to a different color. Maybe because I'm pressing. Okay, let me use my keyboard mouse. Still doesn't work, but use your imagination. So in this case, we are using a bullish candle and a bearish candle. So this is the bullish candle and this is the bearish candle. So for a bullish candle, or for this, you have to look at the first candle. So this is the first candle, and the first candle is a bullish candle. It means that the closing price, the candle would open here and close here. So the closing price is what we are dealing with. Before I go into the chart and even give you an example, I would have to show you why the closing price is what is important the most. So you draw it out in time, and what you're looking for now on the 4-hour chart is that another 4-hour candle, which takes 4 hours to form, to open up here or anywhere, pierce through that area, and actually reject. And when it rejects, because the candle shows us areas where it has reached in terms of wick, it will give us a wick like this, right? Right? So the candle does what? Come, pierces through the area, rejects the area, and close. That 4-hour candle has to close. We don't have a storyline started if the 4-hour candle has not closed or has not, pierced or rejected. So the first example, like I said, is in this case a bearish candle and a bullish candle. Draw out the closing price. Another 4-hour candle comes to pierce it, rejects, and close. In that scenario, we have a bullish storyline started. In this case as well, we have a bullish candle and a bearish candle side by side, creating an N pattern or A pattern. Then you have another 4-hour candle, pierce through that area, reject that area, and close. In this case, we have a bearish storyline started. This is a bearish storyline started. Very easy, very simple, right? Now, before I end this video, I want to show you why the bullish and the bearish storyline are actually, we actually use the closing prices, right? Now, if you don't, for example, let's say, for example, this chart right here, we have a bullish candle and a bearish candle side by side, and we basically put our line and draw it out in time. So if we decide not to put it at the closing price and we put it at this opening price, the second candle's opening price, because of the fact that the line chart does not recognize wicks and does not recognize the opening charts or the opening candles, it would not even be toggled on any point. So if you go to the line chart, it looks like this, although it was placed on the opening price. But let's look for what happened when you could put it at the closing price. So you put it at the closing price here. Let's look at what happened. Exactly at the tip, right? Same thing here. We're going to put it at the opening price of the second candle, which is the bearish candle. You go to the line chart, it looks as though it doesn't have, and if you notice as well, the wicks do not even show. Now, one thing about storyline starting is that it doesn't matter how long the person is. Like, for example, in this case, this is a bullish storyline, right? Even if the candle traded as long as this, like the candle actually really traded this long, because of the fact that on the line chart, wicks do not show. Like, look at it very carefully. Look at it very carefully. Look at all these wicks, all these wicks. When you go into the line chart, it doesn't even show at all. You get it? So the wicks do not matter. As long as the storyline the area was pierced and rejected, it can be as long as this. Same for, the bearish example. The bearish example, right? It doesn't matter how long the candle is. Candle can be as long as this. The piercing, can be as long as this, right? So you see the candle, this candle, piercing through that area, going up, 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 and still closes below that price point. Then it's a bearish storyline has started. It doesn't matter. Do you understand? So you have to keep that in mind, and that's why, obviously, the wicks do not appear or do not give any form of relevance, right? And that's one of the reasons why you have to wait for the candle to close, to reject and close, not just pierce it. It needs to pierce, reject, and close. Those are the three significant measurements for what if a bullish storyline has started or not. It needs to pierce, it needs to reject, and then it needs to close. On the next video, we're going to be talking about how to confirm if we are actually bullish, because there are times when we would have a bullish storyline and a bearish storyline, and the market would not go up or would not go down. But let's look at chart examples. Let's look at chart examples before we end the class. Look at chart examples. Right, for example, right, in this case, this is a bullish example. We have a bearish candle and a bullish candle starting, just opened up side by side, right? If you toggle your horizontal line at the closing price of the first candle, so this is the first candle, right? You can see clearly that the third candle, the candle immediate of it, which is this candle, comes, pierces it, right? Closes and rejects and closes above that line. Look at how long the wick is. It means that the candle actually was a very bold bearish candle at some point. And this is the 4-hour chart. But if you look on the line chart, it does not even show. Right? So we have a bearish and a bullish candle open side by side. Then the next immediate candle in this case, and it doesn't have to always be the next immediate candle. It can be another candle to 1 week ahead or 2 weeks after, we are going to look at examples of my trade. So we have this candle pierce below that area. This is for a bullish storyline, and then we rejected that area and closed, and the market just bought to the upside. But there are times when you have a bullish storyline like this and the market will still sell. That's what we're going to be treating in the next class. So that's for a bullish storyline. Let's look for a bearish storyline now. So we can see beautifully here that we have a bullish candle and a bearish candle side by side, and the immediate candle in this case also actually rejected the area. So we have this area like this candle pierced it, rejected it, and then we started going to the downside. But the most important part is to know that this happens only on the 4-hour time frame. We are only looking for this on the 4-hour time frame. The bullish candle and the bearish candle pierces through that area. 1, rejects that area. 2, and the last part is that it closes below the area. So automatically, these 3 patterns are mature and proven to you that a bearish storyline has started. I hope that's clear. And in the next video, next class, we'll talk about confirmation entries and the rules behind all of this.